and welcome to the third part of quadratic equations. Today we will be studying about completing square method. Okay, now completing square method obviously going to follow two basic formulas that we'll have to generate. That is, first a plus b the whole square is a square plus b square plus 2ab, and a minus b the whole square, that is a square plus b square minus 2ab. इस मेथड में बेसिकली दिस टू formulas will have to generate, and then only will be able to get the answers. Now few things to remember before we start doing completing square methods. The first thing and the most important, okay, so important things to remember. First, the coefficient of x square should always be 1, which means that in the equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, a should always be 1. If a is equals to 1, then only we can perform completing square method. If a is not equal to 1, then we'll be doing some adjustments in order to get a as equals to 1. Okay. Second, please understand the completing square method can occur in two stages. Either it can be ax square plus bx is equals to 0, or it can also come when it is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Now, this is also very important to remember कि sir, when are we supposed to use this method? First of all, there is no restriction to when to use this method, but obviously we have better methods to work with, that is middle term splitting and formula method, which are less complicated as compared to this. Okay, but this question, this type of question, or this format or method of the question is performed when they ask us to do so. Now another question that you might be asking is, sir, हमें कैसे पता कि उन्होंने ये पूछा है कि sir, write in the form, use completing square method. So basically, when the question asks, write the given quadratic in the form of x plus h the whole square plus k. Sign is not important, but they will ask us, write the given quadratic in the form of x plus h square plus k. Okay, now this method is very important because आगे जाके जब आप graphs chapter करोगे और graphs पे आपको turning point and ये सब ढूंढना होगा, so this method is actually going to help you to find out. That we will discuss when we will be doing that video on those particular part or that particular concept. Okay, now let's try some few examples, and example करते करते ही मैं आपको steps समझाऊंगा, so it's much better for the understanding. Okay, so now first of all, let's take question number 1, where we have x square plus 3x is equals to 0. क्राइटेरिया क्या क्या थे कि सबसे पहले द कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ x स्क्वायर शुड ऑलवेज बी 1. यहाँ पे यू कैन सी कि सिंस देयर इज नो नंबर रिटन बिफोर x स्क्वायर, इसका मतलब है कि वहां पे देयर इज ओनली 1 which is the coefficient of x square. Okay, so we are good to go in order to perform completing square method. Now step 1 is coefficient of x divided by 2 the whole square. अब इस स्टेप में कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ x क्या है? कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ x is this number 3. So we are going to write 3 upon 2 the whole square. It will always be better अगर आप इसे फ्रैक्शन में ही रखो, बिकॉज जब आप इसे डेसिमल में कर दोगे तो गलतियां होने के चांसेस ज्यादा है. डेसिमल्स में स्क्वायर करने में यूजुअली डेसिमल प्लेस में we tend to make mistakes, so we'll try to avoid that. We'll try to keep that as fraction. So 3 upon 2 the whole square is nothing but 9 upon 4. Okay, so now your x square will be written as x square plus 3x will also be written as just 3x. अब हम क्या करेंगे, we are going to introduce plus 9 by 4 and minus 9 by 4, okay, which is equals to 0. अब आप कहोगे कि सर हमने सिर्फ प्लस 9 by 4 क्यों नहीं किया, why are we doing plus and minus 9 by 4? इसका बड़ा सिंपल सा फंडा है कि द इक्वेशन वाज बैलेंस्ड व्हेन इट वाज x square plus 3x. हम उसे डिसबैलेंस नहीं कर सकते. इफ आई एम इंट्रोड्यूसिंग 9 by 4 तो उस तरह से इंट्रोड्यूस करना है दैट व्हेनेवर आई वांट आई कैन अगेन रिमूव देम, राइट, आई कैन अगेन remove them and it will turn out to be my original equation again. Okay, again one more thing to remember कि पहले हमेशा एडिशन करना है and then subtraction करना है. It cannot be other way around. First writing minus 9 by 4 and plus 9 and then plus 9 by 4, that is not allowed. तो पहले हमेशा plus 9 by 4 and then minus 9 by 4, मतलब पहले positive integer and then negative integer और fraction. Now step 2, focus on first three terms. First three terms यहाँ पे क्या है, x square plus 3x plus 9 by 4. अगर इसे ध्यान से देखें तो we can observe that is a square plus b square plus 2ab इस फॉर्मूला के हिसाब से आ चुका है, राइट. जब मेरे पास a स्क्वायर प्लस b स्क्वायर प्लस 2ab है तो मैं उसे इस फॉर्मेट में लिख सकता हूं, दैट इज a प्लस b द होल स्क्वायर. minus 9 by 4 will stay as it is equals to 0. So this whole thing, that is a square plus b square plus 2ab, can be written as x plus 3 by 2 the whole square. Minus 9 by 4 will remain as 0. But अगर ये factorization का sum होता, this would have been my last step where there was no equal to 0. But because this is quadratic equations वाला part, I am going to write is equals to 0. Now 9 by 4 will transfer over there and हमें मिल जाएगा x plus 3 by 2 the whole square is equals to 9 by 4. Then x plus 3 by 2 is plus or minus 3. As soon as square goes there, वो square root हो जाता है, which gives us plus and minus sign. Because minus 3 by 2 is also 9 by 4 and positive 3 by 2 is also 9 by 4. अब ये plus 3 by 2 will travel there because मुझे x चाहिए तो I'm going to make x the subject, which becomes x is equals to minus 3 by 2 plus or minus 3 by 2, because of which I get answer x is equals to minus 3 by 2 plus 3 by 2 or x is equals to minus 3 by 2 minus 3 by 2. In such conditions, this becomes 0 and this becomes minus 3. Always remember कि जब सिर्फ दो टर्म दिए हुए रहते हैं तो using factorization is also an option. Taking common method से भी सेम ही आंसर आएगा. Completing square कब करेंगे, जब when the question is compelling us to do this. अगर question compel नहीं कर रहा है and we have only ax square plus bx, तो फर्स्ट पार्ट में हमने बात किया था टेकिंग कॉमन मेथड, वी कैन परफॉर्म दैट एज वेल. ओके, सो वी हैव अंडरस्टूड हाउ टू डू कंप्लीटिंग स्क्वायर मेथड और बहुत सारे सम्स करेंगे जिससे द कंसेप्ट विल गेट मोर क्लियर एंड क्लियर टू यू गाइस. ओके, लेट्स ट्राई द सेकंड क्वेश्चन. सेकंड क्वेश्चन इज k स्क्वायर माइनस 2k माइनस 8 इज इक्वल्स टू 0. अब सबसे पहले हमें क्या देखना है, वी हैव टू सी कि k के आगे कोई भी नंबर नहीं है, k स्क्वायर के आगे कोई भी नंबर नहीं है, तो इसके वजह से हम ये कंप्लीटिंग स्क्वायर मेथड कर सकते हैं. वी कैन परफॉर्म कंप्लीटिंग स्क्वायर मेथड विदाउट. ओके, अगेन स्टेप रिपीटिंग ऑल दिस so that it gets fixed into your head. So that is coefficient of x upon 2 the whole square. यहाँ पे कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ x क्या है 2, so that is 2 divided by 2 the whole square which is 1. तो अब हम क्या करेंगे, we are going to write k square minus 2k. K square comes down as it is, minus 2k comes down as it is. Now before writing minus 8 we are going to introduce 1, so that is again plus 1 and minus 1. Then we are going to write minus 8 is equals to 0. Again repeating कि पहले प्लस साइन आएगा और फिर माइनस साइन आएगा. Okay, moving further, we have to focus on first three terms, which becomes your k minus 1 the whole square, because that is a square plus b square minus 2ab. Minus 1 and minus 8 becomes 9. Minus 9 is equals to 0. Now minus 9 is going to transfer over there, so that is k minus 1 the whole square is equals to 9. So now k minus 1 is equals to plus or minus 3, basically taking square root throughout. So now k is equals to 1 plus or minus 3. Therefore k is equals to 1 plus 3 or k is equals to 1 minus 3. Therefore k is equals to 4 or k is equals to minus 2, and the sum is done. जैसे जैसे ज़्यादा स्टेप्स करते जाएंगे तो ये मेथड काफ़ी इजी होते जाएगा. लेट्स ट्राई वन मोर सम. थर्ड, एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 2x इज इक्वल्स टू माइनस 26. अभी सम देख के लगता है सर टेकिंग कॉमन ले लो, बट मैंने कहा था क्वाड्रेटिक में इक्वल्स टू 0 होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. इफ देयर इज नो इक्वल टू 0 यू कैन नॉट परफॉर्म. सो आइडियली आई एम हैविंग एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 2x plus 26 is equals to 0. So I am having a total of 3 terms, and 3 terms में जब तक सबके पास x नहीं है तब तक taking common method नहीं कर सकते. Okay, now again step 1, coefficient of x upon 2 the whole square. I am moving forward because x square के आगे कोई भी number नहीं है, which means there is 1. Again minus 2 upon 2 the whole square which is 1. साइन लिखो या ना लिखो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, बिकॉज स्क्वायर होके एवरी नंबर इज गोइंग टू गेट पॉजिटिव. सो नाउ एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 2x प्लस 1 माइनस 1 प्लस 1 माइनस 1 minus 26 is equals to 0. We are going to focus on first 3 terms. Again, a square plus b square minus 2ab. So this is going to be a minus b the whole square. This becomes minus 27 is equals to 0. So x minus 1 is equals to 27. This is the whole square. X minus 1 is equals to square root of 27. स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 27 इरेशनल रैशनल में भी बात किया था कि जब बड़ा नंबर आए तो इसे सिंप्लीफाई करना जरूरी. इट इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू सिंप्लीफाई दिस पर्टिकुलर इक्वेशन. सो दैट इज प्लस और माइनस 3 रूट 3. सो x is equals to 1 plus minus 3 root 3. So we get two values of x. Either it is 1 plus 3 root 3 or 1 minus 3 root 3. We get our two values for x. अगर नॉन कैल्सी पेपर है तो we are going to leave it as it is in the surd form. If it is a कैल्सी पेपर तो हम कैल्सी में डाल के इसका आंसर इवेल्युएट करके डेसिमल्स में देंगे. एंड प्लीज रिमेंबर द आंसर शुड बी इन 3 significant figures only. Moving further, let's try one more sum. Let's try a different one. Okay. N square plus n minus 30 is equals to 0. Again we can go ahead and do the sum because n square के आगे कोई भी number नहीं है. Correct? Now coefficient of x upon 2 the whole square, which gives me 1 upon 2. coefficient was of x or n, इधर n लिख देंगे, the whole square which is 1 by 4. So now I'm going to write n square plus n. Now I'm going to introduce the number that I have got, plus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 4 minus 30 comes down afterwards, then is equals to 0. Again, repeat with me. We are going to focus on first three terms. This is my a square, this is my b square, बराबर है, that is 1 upon 2 the whole square, and plus 2 into a into b, okay, minus 1 minus 120 by 4 is equals to 0. Now we are going to focus on this. This becomes my n plus half the whole square because it was in the format of a plus 2ab. ये सब कुछ वो साइड पे चला जाएगा. It will become 121 by 4. Now square travels on the other side. We get n plus half the whole square, that is plus or minus 11 by 2. Sorry, इधर square नहीं रहेगा क्योंकि हमने square root कर दिया है. So n is equals to minus half plus minus 11 upon 2. Therefore n is equals to minus half plus 11 upon 2, or n is equals to minus half minus 11 upon 2. Therefore n is equals to 10 upon 2, which is 5, or this is my answer, or n is equals to minus 6. So either n can be 5 or n can be minus 6. Now major question is कि सर अगर x square के आगे या कोई भी जो स्क्वायर में है उसमें आगे नंबर आया तो what are we supposed to do? Let's understand कि उस मोमेंट पे हम क्या करेंगे. ठीक है, let's write down the sum, the fifth sum. If we have 3x square plus 6x minus 52 is equals to 7. अब हम यहाँ पे कॉमन तो उठा नहीं सकते हैं, मतलब कॉमन तो उठाएंगे बट बेसिकली हम कंप्लीटिंग स्क्वायर शुरू नहीं कर सकते. वी कैन नॉट स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग कंप्लीटिंग स्क्वायर बिकॉज वी हैव अ नंबर ahead of x square. So our first job is to remove this 3. How to do this? It's very simple. But before that also, is the quadratic equation equal to 0? No. So we need to basically make it equal to 0. So we are going to write 3x square plus 6x minus 59 is equals to 0. अब equation बराबर है which is in the form of ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Now 3 is a hindrance to us. जब तक ये 3 है तब तक we cannot perform completing square method. So what are we going to do? We are going to basically take out 3 as common. So when we take out 3 as common, we get 3 bracket x square. 6 divided by 3 gives us 2x, and 59 divided by 3 we are going to leave it as it is, as 59 upon 3 is equals to 0. Now if that 3 travels to the other side, why? Because 3 is getting multiplied with the whole expression. When 3 travels that on that side, we get x square plus 2x minus 59 upon 3 is equals to 0. Now I like this equation. Why? Because x square के आगे अब कोई number नहीं है. So again we are going to take coefficient of x upon 2 the whole square, which is 2 divided by 2 the whole square, which is 1. So now what are we going to do? We are going to write x square as it is plus 2x as it is. We are going to introduce the number that we have got here, plus 1 minus 1, and then we are going to write minus 59 by 3 is equals to 0. Now same format again. Focus on first 3 terms. The first 3 terms, a square plus b square plus 2ab, which gives me x plus 1 the whole square. इधर हम LCM लेंगे तो हमें मिलेगा minus 3 minus 59 upon 3 is equals to 0. So x plus 1 the whole square is equals to 62 upon 3. इनको solve करके I have sent it to the other side. Now x plus 1 is equals to plus or minus square root of 62 upon 3. So x is equals to minus 1 plus or minus under root 62 upon 3. अगर नॉन कैल्सी में है then we have got our answer x is equals to minus 1 plus root 62 upon 3 or x is equals to minus 1 minus root 62 upon 3. So that is my first value of x. This is my second value of x. Again repeating, अगर नॉन कैल्सी है तो we'll leave our answer in this format और हम इसे simplify कर देंगे. Clear? Otherwise we are just going to leave it as it is. Let's try one more sum with the same fundamental, that we have a number ahead of x square. Let's look at this sum. This is the sixth sum. 9x square plus 18x minus 23 is equals to 4. Again, the equation is not in the format of ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. तो सबसे पहले equation को is equals to 0 के format में लाएंगे. So 4 is going to travel over here. So 9x square plus 18x minus 27 is equals to 0. Now 9 is a hindrance, so we are going to take out 9. क्या करेंगे? We are going to take 9 common out of whole equation. So 9 is equals 9 bracket x square plus 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. Now 9 is free to travel on the other side, get upon 0. So 0 upon 9 and we get the equation x square plus 2x minus 3 is equals to 0. Now since x square 9 was the hindrance and we have removed that, so now we can go ahead and perform completing square method. We get it as a coefficient of x upon 2 the whole square, that is 2 upon whole square 1. So now x square plus 2x, we are going to introduce this number, that is plus 1 minus 1 minus 3 is equals to 0. So focusing on the first three terms, we get x plus 1 the whole square minus 4 is equals to 0. X plus 1 the whole square is equals to 4. X plus 1 the x plus 1 is equals to plus or minus 2. Therefore x is equals to 1 plus or minus 2. Therefore x is equals to 1 plus 2 or x is equals to 1 minus 2. Therefore x is equals to 3 or x is equals to minus 1. And that's how you solve by completing square method. Hope all of you have understood this. It was a pretty interesting concept. Many students tend to find it quite confusing as well, but keep on repeating the steps. Do not try to deviate it. Do not try to do mental maths. I know some students are capable of it, but many students trying to, just jump ahead on the steps and then make silly errors. Hope this is understood. I'll see you again in the part 4 where we'll be doing very interesting topic, very easy and most favorite of all the kids, that is formula method, solving quadratic equations by formula method. See you soon. Bye bye.